Hey everybody, we've just returned from the 24 Hours of LeMons Pacific Northworst Grand Prix at the Ridge.
Not we. I did not go. I mean, alright, this track has been here for like 8 years now. They still don't have water. They still don't have electricity. They still don't have a parking lot. They still don't have a front gate. They don't have anybody to man the front gate that they don't have. However, they are addressing these things. They go in for the low-hanging fruit. They have scraped out a go-kart track. So there you go. But this is always a fun race. We get lots of great stuff. We got lots of British cars, always. We got a Wolseley Hornet this time.
Yeah, this Wolseley is a car that was based on a mini chassis that had previously run. They grafted new parts onto it, did a great Sgt. Pepper John Lennon theme. But the real highlight to this car was the engine. Now, it had an Austin A Series 1275 block, and one of the guys on their team pioneered this technology of installing a twin-cam BMW motorcycle cylinder head onto the top of this thing. And it was the craziest thing.
Wait, that worked?
No.
Okay. We had a great theme from the movie Mad Max Furry Road.
Don't you mean Fury Road?
No, Furry Road.
And we had a new team made up of staff members from the Wow Weed marijuana dispensary.
Yeah, now these guys are pretty mellow. You need a little carrot sort of to get them moving in the morning.
Hey, you want to get high, man?
So now this thing happens all the time where you get these teams, they're rookies, they're inexperienced. In this case, they're college kids. They seem hopeless from the outside, but it's like this redemption tale where somehow they rise above it and they do fantastic. They beat veterans. It's just awesome.
Yeah, this was not one of those times. Now, this being up in Shelton, Washington, in the Pacific Northwest, we had a couple of great local beer themes, namely Rainier Ale and Olympia.
By local, we mean mass-produced and terrible.
Right. So representing Rainier Ale was a Mustang 2, and representing Olympia was a Plymouth Barracuda. Now, the special award was Best Local Beer, and because the Plymouth blew up into smithereens into a million pieces, and because it's a Mopar and they changed the bolt patterns for every little component every 2 weeks, they couldn't get anything to line up properly. The Mustang 2 was the champion.
And we had no fewer than 3 heroic fixes at this race. Stuff was blowing up all over the place. Number 1 heroic fix was the Snow Speeder pilots. They have run about 1,000 races with us, and they have an MR2. They just should know better.
The second heroic fix went to these fools in a blue Ford Escort station wagon.
That is a redundancy.
Yeah. And they blew up. They had to find a parts car. They found on Craigslist it was 4 hours away and full of bees.
Yeah, heroic fix number 3 was the Barbie Cherokee, which blew up its motor, and they had to go to the creepiest, scary horror movie junkyard of all time, which is actually right across the street from the track.
Yeah, and the junkyard has power. And water.
And water.
Yeah, and a sign.
Yeah.
Now, Judge's Choice went to a returning team who has a Chevrolet Corvair.
That was the same car?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby.
Last year, if you recall, they had some problems with their Chevrolet Corvair that involved using the jaws of life to separate the cylinder heads from the engine. They have solved their problem. They bought a Jaguar XJ6 from the 80s and put the engine in the front of the Corvair, all of the Jag suspension and transmission, and it was incredible. I think that it's the first entry in a new series that's going to just take over SCCA called Spec Jagfair.
Organizer choice went to yet another 787B. But I gotta say, every idiot who's got a Miata or a first generation RX-7, I am going to be the 787B. I am going to be orange and green. It is going to say renown and it will be awesome. This is how you do it. So you take a 914, you put a 13B wankle into it, you put, I don't even know what the gearbox is. It is loud and it looks totally awesome.
And that just brings us to the grand prize, the Index of Effluency, which went to Mike Harrell, to be confused with Crazy Mike. They're not the same person. Crazy Mike is actually Mike Kimball. Still with us? Mike Harrell drives a MG Metro. It was his daily driver, but then he got hit by some dude running a red light. And so then he decided, hey, what the hell, I'll turn it into a LeMons car.
All right, and with that, here is LeMons in a nutshell.
Whoa! Almost got wet.
That sucks.
how does it feel? Is it tight?
It's pretty tight.
Is it too loose?
Oh, hang on. Back it off.
Back it off.
Gently, gently,
All right.
gently.
All right. Now, how about now?
Oh, that's good.
You got the feeler?
Oh,
in
I
there?
like that.
Okay. All right.
Slide around.
I'm
the wrong hole.
I'm cinching it up.
Oh, hang on. I gotta move.
Tightening it. Oh.
Phil, why were those guys Black Flag?
Because they have feral children riding around like they're hopped up on energy drink stuff.
What is the intended goal of this
I
activity?
don't know. But now he's put himself where he can block both directions of the road. I cannot find drive now because it is a Jaguar. Everything is impossible when you race a Jaguar.
What's your take on that machine, Phil?
I think it's the ultimate driving machine. I mean, a man who knows that what he really needs is that mechanical edge over lesser men, or in the German car industry, refer to them as Untermenschen, chooses a fine E36. Actually, that's even newer than an E36.